Alrighty, hello, and welcome to the stream, everyone. So we are back with more Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and we're on chapter 11 this time. So, yo, Playmaker, what is up? How are you? And yes, Digimon, all caps. Hey, I'm doing well. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into things. Alright, so I remember last Wednesday. Oh gosh, I would love to just binge play this game, but unfortunately I have a lot of stuff I have to get ready for my upcoming Artist Alley, so I have only been playing this on Wednesdays, and every Wednesday I come back to it, I'm like, what if you want me in real life? Nah man, I gotta keep that strictly in games. Maybe if it were me like 5 years ago when I still worked at UPS in a warehouse lifting like 100-pound packages for 5 hours a day, maybe, but now I'm kind of weak sauce oyster. Like I can't, my arms are flabby. But yeah, like every time I finish a chapter or something on Wednesday, I'm like, hey, I gotta go do this thing, and then I completely forget. It's literally what my entire family does. Really? They all work in warehouses? Hey, it's a really hard job, but it's so satisfying. Like, just like you're getting paid to stay toned and lose weight and gain muscle. UPS, actually, okay, I was at UPS for 10 years. So yeah, that's a, do you plan on going to UPS? It was like, my first job ever was communities and schools. I was a web designer and a graphic designer. I did a summer internship with them, and then UPS was like my for real first job, and then I held it for like 10 years. But then it's I think I want to say on like year 8, I picked up another job. So I was working 2 jobs at the time, and I worked at UPS, and then I worked at Walmart warehouse in McClenny. So yeah, warehouse work has been my entire life. All right, so let's see. What do you have to say, woman? Okay, so we're going to this forum here. I was going to work there, but my back decided to give up, and the discuss, oh, we're like, bye-bye. But my mother has been working there for like 17 years, almost 18. Holy crap, that's crazy. I might have ran into your mom and not have even known, to be completely honest, now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, that's actually pretty crazy. Why is this camera so zoomed in? What happened here? What changed? Oh, there's a zoom here. Oh, okay. I don't know. Is that any better? Who knows? But yeah, like I always worked on a twilight shift because that was the only shift I could work when I got off of school. So it was like from school, I stayed after school a little bit to do homework, and then from school I went straight to work. That's what my brother works. Okay. Yeah, no, it really is a good job. And then the fact that they have like tuition reimbursement and you're guaranteed raises every year. And like, honestly, I don't know, honestly, to me, it was a really good job. And then especially like when I got promoted to supervisor, and then I think my favorite part of being a supervisor had to be training. Training was pretty fun because I pretty much got to work with other teenagers and high schoolers coming in. Digital host, what is up? How are you? So I got to work with different teens coming in, primarily high schoolers, because they kind of saved that shift for the high schoolers since that is technically the only shift they were able to work. And that's when I learned, like, because when I was in school, I used to be like, man, I hate teaching. I don't like telling people how to do stuff. I don't think I'd be a good teacher. And then like when I started working UPS and they made me a trainer, I was like, you know what? I can dig this. I can see myself teaching people and actually being good at it. So then like working UPS, especially in training, kind of gave me the idea to do like, oh, well, what if I do like art streams, or what if I, let me know if you've seen her, but I gotta go. Peace. Okay, yeah, no, definitely. You take it easy. Yo, Peter, what is up? Coming through with the bolts of lightning. Alright, so keep your safe digital. Oh, the world we live in, the digital world full of destruction. Alright. The digital world is falling prey to the fury of eaters. Alright. That's terrible. There are eaters in your world too? Yes, the digital world optimal feeding ground for the eaters. Soon data. Alright. Even as I speak, they are infesting our world and eating away at it. I'm a member of the Royal Knights. Ugh. Alright. Yep, that's right. We back here with the Royal Knights. Man. So, Peter, I actually sat down and read like a whole synopsis of you can't type on a keyboard or so. So I listened to a podcast, Lost in Translation Mod is actually one of my favorite podcasts, and I love listening to May and Jay. If you've not listened to Lost in Translation Mod, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to drop this in the chat, because if anybody calls himself a true Digimon fan, they would listen to this amazing podcast. Alright, a Digimon podcast and blog. Okay, that's a pretty cool podcast right there. So I highly recommend people go and check it out. And they have like just so much content on there. And I decided to listen, even though I have not read Veemontamer, I decided to listen to their synopsis on Veemontamer and their opinions and the things that they liked and disliked, and like just listening to their overall like synopsis. And the thing is I'm the type of person that even if I hear or see something, I kind of have to see it for myself for it to stick. So I wasn't really too concerned about spoilers because I already know like the art and everything in the book is going to be super enjoyable. But yeah, Veemontamer. I was going to say, imagine a Digimon story without the Royal Knights. How cool would that be? And I'm like, oh yeah, Veemontamer, because I don't know if the Royal Knight, I don't think the Royal Knights existed at the start of it, but because it went all the way from Digimon Adventure all the way to Frontier, I think they became a thing later, but I'm so happy that they didn't like get like super fixated on they are, but they don't. Do they specifically say they are a Royal Knight? Like, do they specifically go into what Royal Knights are? I'm just asking because like I didn't, from the synopsis that they were saying and talking about, I didn't get the impression that they did. But like, were like the Royal Knights a thing at the start of the manga, or was it more towards the end because of how it spanned over from Adventure all the way to Frontier? Because then I think Digimon Next came out around the time of Sabers. But even though some Digimon who are Royal Knights were in Veemontamer, were the Royal Knights like a actual part of Veemontamer? Like, were they saying like, oh no, it's the Royal Knights and the Royal Knights do this, that, and the other? Like, was that ever said? I can't remember too well. It's been 8 years since I've read it. It was for sure near the end, and it was quick if they explained it all. Okay, yeah, so they didn't drool over the whole entire Royal Knights and how they're like super important in the story and protectors and stuff like that. Okay, so that makes sense. King Drazel. Oh yeah, that's what Yaga's. Oh man, yeah, that's what he was called in the dub, huh? Yep. Okay, so we hear King Drazel. All right. King Drazel detected the eaters. He monitored them, and then soon after he deemed them to be errors that threat. Following his commands, the Royal Knights began to search for where they came from in hopes of completely annihilating them. Let's see, we were determining. Alright, it was an adjacent world in a certain cyberspace that had been born in your world. Yep, so Eden. All of that is to blame. So this is one thing I really, really like about Sleuth. It gives you the possibility that there is a real world, that is a human world, that is where we currently live. This is where I am right now, and you are hopefully too, if you are watching my stream. So there is a human world and there is a digital world. and I like how there is a cyberspace world in between. Even though I did not like Young Hunters that much, I found the Digi courts to be really interesting, and I loved the aesthetic of it as well. So just kind of having that middle world that can bridge the gap between the digital world and the real world, I think that's I think that's a really interesting concept, and I hope they explore that more in future Digimon games, or even in the upcoming anime. Because it fair, because I only know how they pronounced it in the Japanese version, but I don't know how that would even sound pronounced in English, so I guess that's fair, because some things are kind of different. Or I guess that could be like a mouthful for like the people in the booth, like they'd be like, Yaga drill, yeah. Yagdra still, okay. Because I'm pretty familiar with how they pronounced it in Sabers, but I know like sometimes like those pronunciations do not go well over in English, so I guess that's fair. Okay, now they seek to destroy the human. Okay, so here's the thing. I think the story of the Royal Knights in here is kind of I think this. I want to compare it to Digimon Sabers real quick, because if we call back to Sabers, like Yggdrasil wanted to wipe out the human world simply because they felt like humans and Digimon were not compatible. Especially after like the whole entire genocide run. What's his face? Oh no, what was the guy's name? Kurata. Yeah, after what he did. But it turned out that it just seemed like yeah. Oh, Yag as in yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is kind of hard to pronounce if you don't actually like know. But yeah, but he's like kind of determining that like, okay, because there's this cyberspace that humans made, and then that created the bug, then it's your fault that our world is perishing. I kind of get that. But like, even in Sabers, it was like, okay, I just feel like they're not compatible. Like every time I feel like this man is just stretching for a reason to destroy the human world. But I think the reasoning in here is a little bit stronger because there was more world building. Like I get it. But at the same time, that is kind of extreme. But and then again with the Royal Knights, I guess it makes sense that they serve their one god, but it's also incredibly crazy to me that they just kind of follow super blindly without questioning anything. And I think because there's always that one stray Royal Knight that does question stuff, or a few that question stuff. To be completely honest, I'm just burnt out on the story of Royal Knights. I wish we could just move on. I don't know, it came out of nowhere here, and not the kind of logic I'd expect from digital beings. That's what I'm saying, like, because if they are digital and AI is a thing, and Digimon are AI programs, and they're capable of learning, I feel like they should be able to reason with that and be like, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, and they're not, like, out to get us. Like, they didn't just wake up one day and be like, I wonder how I can just mess with this digital world that I didn't even know existed. So that's another concept I feel like I would like to see explored in Digimon more, because sometimes I feel like they act a little too human, but if they're like connected to like different networks and have access to all of this data, or like even in Tamers, I wish they would have kind of explored, like, because I know when a Digimon won in a battle, and then they actually absorbed the data, I know they like got stronger and gained that Digimon strength, but if that data is like everything that kind of everything that Digimon is composed of, from like looks, knowledge, what they do, and stuff like that, I wish there was like, I wish it was explored more that if like if a Digimon absorbs another one, they kind of gain its wisdom and its knowledge and stuff like that. They don't even try to learn more about how the Eaters came to be or find more influence from the human. They acted in pure instinct or emotion than actual logic. And that's actually one of my issues with the story. Every time the Royal Knights are a thing in Digimon, that's my biggest issue with it, right there. Because it's just like, okay, y'all are digital beings. I would, one, again, like I was saying, if y'all are so interconnected into this network or this world that is supposedly like just made up of all of these human things or emotions, like I feel like the AI learning would have to take place like at some time for them to come to better conclusions. Like I would expect the Digimon to come to better conclusions than actual humans if they've had all these years of data and everything to develop these thoughts or these algorithms or whatnot. Okay, so they're coming to invade the human world. This is when this turns Super Saturday morning cartoonish. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I love this game. But yeah, no, Peter, I completely agree with that. Like, they didn't even try to research it. They didn't even I mean, it's like, I don't know. I feel like the writing could have been a little bit better here. But at the same time, I really feel like they should just stop messing with the Royal Knights. Because, like, this story, like what we just pointed out, like, that's how I feel like the Royal Knights stories are, like, freaking, like, just... Like, some fraud is just sitting back writing this stuff and taking the easy way out. Because, again, like, how many times have been corrupted or taken over now? You think by now they learn not to trust its word without proof that it's working under normal ramp. Exactly. Exactly. So it's a lot of just blind following and just kind of really sheepish behavior here. And again, for something that's a digital being that's just made up of so many different like circumstances and so many, because the way that they explain what the digital world is, and even in Digimon Adventure, like when you look at the digital world, it's like you had the little tram thing there, you had the train, you had the phone booths on the beach, you had just so much random stuff. And when you think about it, it's like, okay, this is like a bunch of random things that'd probably be in the real world that kind of just got here in the digital world because it's like that's how the data is perceiving real world objects should look. So I feel like there's a lot more that they could be doing with the digital world and also the way that the Digimon interact with the world around them. That, yes, your point 100% stands. If we're going based on the logic that I'm trying to explain, your point 100% stands. So it kind of makes me wonder what Survive is going to tackle, because I know they said like, oh, you know what? There was a really interesting question and answer that I read on the Digimon gaming site. Like Digimon games. It was actually the Facebook page that I follow. Let's see. So, oh come on, please load. So apparently there were a lot of questions remaining from Anime Expo, and the producer of the Digimon games will answer stuff every now and then. And I think this is a super interesting question. Let me copy this link. Wait, is it on the Twitter page? Hold on. It would just be easier to link a tweet, because I hate Facebook posts. They are so, okay, here we go. As technology develops. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to copy this tweet right here, because, and I want your opinion on this, Peter, because this is actually a really interesting one. Yeah, I've played this before. Like I played this. I played both this and Hacker's Memory. So I've played through the whole story. So, but it's just on the second playthrough, I kind of pay attention to more things, and there are there are some things with the story that fall apart, but there are also some other really interesting bits that I didn't catch the first time. So I mean, it's kind of both a curse and a blessing to play through a second time. But either way, like, it doesn't break the enjoyment of the game at all. Okay, so I went ahead and posted that link there. And, and this is kind of what ties more in. Why does my chair keep going? It's time for a new chair. Ah. There we go. So my chair keeps, like, it loses air and it just, like, starts slowly, like, seeping down. And I'm like, why do I feel so short? So yeah, the question is, like, how has Digimon changed as the internet becomes more accessible and technology develops? So, like, back then, I understand, like, the internet was, like, something that few people got on or wasn't as widespread and just as common as it is nowadays. So I feel like if they decide to go more into, like, I really like his explanation here, to be honest. So he wants to go with more of like a supernatural presence for Digimon going forward because of the way that the technology and everything is developed. And apparently in an interview, Digimon was supposed to be more like yokai, how they were just supposed to be spirits in the digital world is what connected them to the real world. I read in one interview. So that's also really interesting. And if those are concepts that they're willing to dive back into and explore, like, that would be super amazing. So I feel like Digimon has so much to work with. It's the traitor. Yes, one of these people on the screen is a traitor. Actually, two. I'm willing to call Nokia a traitor. Even though she means well, but she gets us into so much trouble that, you know, I don't trust her.
リー実行の理由はこの際気にすんなってかいくらなんでも強引すぎんだ
Yeah, exactly, Peter. Like that's the direction I want to see it go, because I feel like that would be the next step in like the evolution of Digimon. Because to be completely honest, so let's just go back in time. Like little 12-year-old me in like 5th grade or whatever grade I was in, 5th or 6th grade, whatever. Like the internet was like the fact that we could go up to Kmart and get those little blue light special discs, and then the fact that we can like go, you know, the little America Online disc, get the 6 hours free dial-up type stuff. The internet was definitely like a different beast back then, and it was like a whole world that you got to explore that you otherwise would not have. And it was like the upcoming, like the age, everything of that era. Like early 2000s was a very magical time. Late 90s, early 2000s was a very magical time. So Digimon as a whole were super appealing in that regard, but now that like everybody, like even kids have cell phones, everybody has access to the internet, like what direction are you going to take Digimon to keep it new and interesting? That was the original plan for Digimon that got dropped. Instead they went with a more spirit animal made of data. Yeah, okay, so that's what I remember reading. And I actually like that idea better, with the spirit animal made of data. So like, but just, you know, like exploring more concepts of how they're going to evolve with technology, and I really like his answer here, to be completely honest. So yeah, I view Digimon as half of their partner's soul. And that is one of the reasons I really liked Digimon Data Squad, Digimon Sabers. Especially because, I mean, it was just kind of flat out blatant, like Digi Soul Charge, and the fact that In Adventure, the Digimon were more like, okay, we've been waiting for you, you are soul partners, you're a soulmate, blah blah blah. You know, like, you were destined to be with us. That's kind of whimsical, like, okay, I'll accept it because that's what started Digimon, and that's cool. But I kind of like Sabers, where it was more of like a working relationship, and then through their working relationship, they were able to kind of align their souls to become stronger. So I really love that concept of Sabers. And the fact that, okay, I'm not gonna lie, Sabers was the freaking Masaru Agumon show. They had some really cool moments, but I wish Yoshino would have got more character development, to be completely honest. And then, like, I wish we could at least got to see how Tama and Galmon met. But like, the episode where their Digivices broke, let me see. What did you think of Digimon Atmon? Let me see. I think O2 did working together with their Digimon the best so far. I kind of like the Digi-Eggs and stuff like that, and especially the DNA evolution, the Jugress. The fact that it's like they kind of had to be completely aligned. But like, I kind of wish Sabers would have at least showed us how Tama and Galmon met. But I especially like the episode where, like, in Sabers, where their emotions got so high that it was too much that the Digivice actually broke. And then in order to get the restored Digivices, I'm still not buying that, it was kind of a plot device, but how they had to go and train in the dojo and understand their feelings and really look inside their soul to at least get that renewed Digivice, and then so they could actually go to their mega stages, and then burst mode was pretty neat too. So I think I really like that. And I'm a big fan of viewing the Digimon as half of the partner's soul. Like, if we want to do JoJo Digimon stands, I would be all for it. So Atmon. I am currently listening to a podcast that covers a bunch of Digimon stuff, and I linked it earlier, but Lost in Translation Mon is a very good one. May and Jay do a very good job. I did! That's what I was gonna... Okay, I was waiting for you to hop in the chat, because I was like, oh hey, I gotta tell him about his little fluffy boy Galmon. Like, he's so floofy. I love the textures that you used. He looks like he just took a bath and got blow dried, and he's like all soft and fashionable and everything. How do you like using texture brushes? But yeah, so with Atmon, I love watching or listening to Lost in Translation Mon. I watch it on YouTube, but it's technically still a podcast. May and Jay do a really good job at explaining what they like and dislike about stuff, and the fact that, like, May is a super massive Digimon fan, like ever since she was little, and then Jay is like somebody who did not have many connections with Digimon, didn't really care about it on such a deep level, and so he's kind of an adult watching it from the outside in and experiencing it for the very first time as an adult. So, like, of course, like, you as an adult, you can pick things apart more, because, like, as a kid, I'm just watching it, and I'm seeing my favorite characters, and I'm happy. As an adult, it's like, why didn't they just do this, that, and the other to solve this? Like, all this could have been solved if they just would have sat down and had a conversation. So I love when Jay points stuff out like that. And for the most part, he rips Digimon a new butthole, like, almost every episode, and I love it. It's so hilarious, because there's so many plot holes I never noticed until he pointed them out. And for the most part, he thinks Digimon is crap, because he's well versed in so many other animes that do a better job at storytelling than Digimon, and I will give him that. But Jay really loved Veemontamer. And so far, I'm listening to the Atmon episodes, and he is really loving Atmon. So I tried watching Atmon, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not a fan of his style. Like, I don't really like chibis that much, and a lot of the Atmon's, like, rookie form or regular forms, I don't know what they call them, but I'm just gonna call them a rookie form because it's what I'm familiar with. Like Gatchmon and Yusimon and Dokamon. So, like, I kind of didn't. I like the aesthetic of their designs, but I don't like the way they're designed. So I was like, okay, all these look super chibi, and I'm not really with that because I really don't like chibi designs that much. Like even when I do like my keychains and charms and stuff, I try my absolute best. Like I refuse to draw chibi. So like chibi. So when I saw that, I was just like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. There we go. I think that should be okay. So like, it's not overly loud, but it's about equal to your volume, and it's hard to focus. Okay, yeah, no problem. So, oh, the weird thing about that is like those are the same settings I had in the Smash stream, but for some reason, Cyber Sleuth's volume is like in game is like higher than Smash for some reason, and it's freaking weird. But so when I looked at the art style, I was like, okay, I kind of don't like the art style. They kind of look more they kind of look like simpler Digimon, but you know what? Things have to evolve, and I kind of get it from a marketing standpoint. I get it. So I think I watched about 10 episodes. I was 10 episodes in, and then one thing I also am not a big fan of is like mixed media, especially like when the frame rates are like drastically different, or you can tell something is blatantly CG, and then it's also with animation. I'm really picky about shows like that. I know Tiger and Bunny was able to pull it off very well. Sometimes when I'm watching shows and I can see, and it's like, Tiger and Bunny pulls it off very well, and then there are some shows where I can see they blatantly use CG as the background, but then they'll quickly cut from it. So it really did take me, it was really jarring to me to see like 2D animation with the 3D CG models. However, they were really well done, but the frame rate was still kind of like jarring to me. And so I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this. I think I'm over this. But when I heard that it almost won like best anime, like a category for best anime in whatever year it came out, there was like a whole poll that came out in Japan, and Atmon was up there for some reason. And then like listening to the Digimon podcast, Jay's always saying like he really loves Atmon. So now that Atmon is on Crunchyroll, I am going to sit down and force myself to watch it. Because I know, like, as the Digimon progress more, or the Atmon progress more, they actually start looking more like Digimon. And I've seen some pretty cool ones. That there was one character that I'm super interested in knowing more about. Was Shutmon, I think his name is. He's like a black wolf or whatever. He looks really cool. But I hate that I have to, like, wait for, like, the ultimate forms, I guess, would be... Yeah, Shutmon is like really freaking cool looking, and I want to learn more about him. But it just kind of, this is just a personal nitpick of mine. Like I dislike that I have to wait for them to get to ultimate form before they start actually looking like Digimon. So I'm just gonna have to get over that and just sit down and watch it. But I'm definitely gonna do it because again, it is on Crunchyroll, and I'm gonna take advantage of it while it is on Crunchyroll. Because honestly, when I saw Atmon, I definitely wanted to go into Atmon just absolutely loving it and adoring it. And I always said, let me see, that's what I did with it. And to be honest, I don't like how it turned out. Okay, yeah, so like, honestly, because I have, hold on, I think I still have this whole thing. Let me see. So like, I was like super ecstatic about both Tri and Atmon. And like, so I bought this magazine from Japan because it also came with like a little Atmon like fold out thing. And so it was like Atmon on the front, and then it was Tri on the back. And to be completely honest, I was more excited about Atmon than I was Tri, because when they released Tri, I was like, oh joy, the adventure kids again, but at least it's gonna be something different, and they're kind of grown up. So there was like a little poster thing in here. It was like fold out notebook thing that was in here, and I was like, yeah, let me get that. And then I was like, I don't know which side to hang up, but I was like, I'm gonna hang up the Atmon side because I'm super excited about Atmon. And when I watched it, I was just like, wow, that didn't hit as hard as I wish it would have. I'm not really feeling it, but sometimes things change, and sometimes it just takes me a couple of years to like drop something and then come back to it, and then I'm like, why did I sleep on this? Like, as a matter of fact, here, this is going to be a really funny one. So I'm like, why did I sleep on this? And pretty much what ended up happening. Oh, I gotta go to the underground center? Gross. Okay. Well, what ended up happening is in high school, everybody's like, oh my god, Death Note, it's so cool. And I'm just like, okay, I really don't like things that are like ridiculously super popular, because it's like, I'm the type of person, like, if something's super popular, I get really tired of hearing about it fast. And so I'm always that weirdo that's like, okay, I'll wait for the popularity to die down and then I'll kind of go back in and give it a shot. But for the longest time, I was just like, yeah, no, Death Note looks dumb. I just started watching it last week, and that show is like super fire, and I don't know why I've been sleeping on it for so long. I'm such a dummy. Like, um, so let's see. I don't really see them as Digimon, so I don't mind that they don't look too much like them. I like the premise that they are alternative digital beings separate from Digimon that can also evolve. Let me see. I only like 2 things from it, but I don't, let me spoil it if you didn't see it. You only hurt yourself when you base your choices on other people. No, I completely agree, but it was more so like everybody was like shoving it down my throat, and it was just getting kind of annoying. Like, I don't avoid stuff when it's like because it's popular, but it's just like when people are constantly annoying me with this one thing, it kind of turns me off from it. And again, which goes back to your statement, yes, because I did the exact thing with Undertale, because there was like, and it's kind of easy to fall into that trap when you're like, you look at the fandom of something and it's just like, oh god, I kind of don't want to be associated with that. And I was like the same way with Undertale too, because and honestly, it's like I would go to like different Twitter topics and I'd be like, oh my god, why is this fandom so toxic? And I'm like, okay, I kind of don't want to do this. But then, like, finally on Christmas, my friend got me Undertale, and I was like, oh, okay, this game is actually really neat. Why have I been sleeping on this game? I love it so much. So maybe that same thing will happen with Atmon as well, and I'm really hoping that's the case. And then also back then, I wasn't really interested in more realistic-ish anime, but now I'm all for like the psychological anime, like Psycho-Pass and things like that. So, and then it's just a matter of taste changing, because like back then, if it wasn't like super bubbly cartoony, and then I didn't really like the way like the demons and stuff looked in the show, and I would more so say picky, and I was more so into like the way that Yu-Gi-Oh monsters looked and the way that Digimon looked and stuff and things of that nature. So I think enough time has passed between the time when I tried to watch Atmon versus now, and I think I can kind of go into it with a new outlook. Yo, Bog, what is up? Welcome to the stream. How are you? 2 hours. What do you mean? You've never walked anywhere for 2 hours before, Nokia? Like, you've never missed the bus to school? My point being, it's easier to tell them that they're overdoing it than avoid the topic altogether. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Yo, Big Ray, what is up? Let me see. I was never really into Psychopaths. Me, what did I miss? Oh no, we were just talking about like different anime, like how my taste from anime changed from when I was a kid to to like now, basically. Because we were pretty much discussing like how I was sleeping on things as a kid and not really paying attention to them, and I kind of hate when it's like if I'm not interested in a certain topic or whatever, and then people keep trying to tell me like, oh no, but you should watch it, it's really good or whatever. But if it's not like a topic I'm particularly interested in at the moment, I'm not really going to just be like, oh okay, I'm gonna watch this. But no, I was talking about like how nowadays I really love anime such as like Psychopaths and kind of like psychological things of that nature, and how I'm like just now watching Death Note. This does damage to all foes. Let's go ahead and do this. So this is kind of some of the aesthetic I was talking about when I was referring to like the Digi courts in Young Hunters. I really like how you have some of the world that's like torn apart, and then you can see some of the digital world and everything behind it. And that's kind of a little bit of what I base my Peter, I think she died, because I think there's a bit in here where she's like, I gotta get revenge for something. Those weren't the exact words, but I'm under the impression that she dies. Yeah, that she's actually dead, yes. Because if you look at the main character, like remember like she has Eden syndrome, or he, whichever one you chose, you have Eden syndrome, and you just get a body that kind of rebuilds what you had but is not actually yours. But now that we're replaying through it, I think that's a good thing to look out for. But I'm convinced that she actually died. Yeah, no, for sure it is, because like because didn't she talk about her dad working with Yoshi, the police officer, or something like that? So didn't he perish, go away too? So I mean, I feel like that's kind of sad that they both died doing like detective work. Yeah, so there are some things in this story that are kind of grim. Oh man, that Gurumon closed his eyes so late. He was like, oh yeah, I'm dead. Alright, oh, who's in my reserves? I don't even remember what I'm doing. Oh, Rapidmon and Rise Greymon, okay. What was, oh that's right, I'm trying to get Mega Gargomon, that's what's going on there. Okay. I realized the other day that I've never played Hacker's Memory. All my memories of it are from watching Let's Plays. Oh wow, that's crazy. How are you enjoying Hacker's Memory? I actually really like the characters in Hacker's Memory more than Cyber Sleuth, because Cyber Sleuth, with their story, it's more of this, you're in this world, but the story is about everyone but you, because like, yeah, you're trying to get your body back, but there's so many other things that happen in the story. I like that Cyber Sleuth was personally more about the main character of that, and then yeah, you had your side characters, but like, I really like how it was a story of a boy that was just a normal boy, nothing special about him, but that he still became a hero by doing what he likes doing, like hacking. Like, he took something that people commonly think of malicious and used it to do something good. And I kind of like the spin on that story.
それとも、優子くんの元へ急ぐために、息せき切って全力疾走でもしているのかな?
I still haven't played it. I'm still trying to beat the Demon Lords before I beat the final chapter. Okay, yeah, I did the same thing with Cyber Sleuth. Like, when I was playing on the PlayStation 4, I had everything set to, like, hard mode, because I was like, this game is good, and I never want it to end. So if I take forever playing it, then it's not going to end. And then I was in the middle of trying to beat the Demon Lords, and then they were like, Hacker's Memory is coming, and I was like, oh snap, okay, well, I can just kind of stop playing around now, because I know Hacker's Memory is going to be right around the corner. I learned I hadn't played it when I saw the game was only on PlayStation 4, a system I refused to own. Okay. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think that was weird. Hacker's Memory didn't come out in the US with Vita, because I think there was a huge uproar about that, because they were like, why didn't you release it for Vita? I can't remember if it did come out for Vita or not. I think eventually they did. Because I remember people were complaining about, or I think they were complaining about not having a physical copy or something. So I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some type of uproar. And I'm just like, okay, guys, we are even blessed to have this game over here. Please chill for 1 second. Like, you can do that. Promise me you chill for 1 second. If it were on Vita, I would have played it. Okay, so I guess it didn't, because I remember it was either something that did not come out on Vita, or it didn't have a physical copy. So that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I think the English version only did come out on PS4. That is lame. Oh, the Vita version was only Japan? Is that what happened? Vita was digital exclusive. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Cause I'm like, I see it still in the PlayStation store? But okay, so were you trying to get the physical copy of it? Is that what happened? Cause yeah, I'm actually when I bought the special edition box, I was actually really mad at myself that I bought cause I ended up buying Hacker's Memory 3 times. Cause I wanted that art book because like I'm an art book fanatic, and oh wait, speaking of art books, let me see something. What? That is not how you spell eBay. What am I typing? Oh man, it comes out March 25th. Okay. Wait, what? March 25th? That's when the Digimon Adventure Last Evolution comes out. Okay, so I actually have this. I'm gonna move this up here. So I actually have this book ordered. Hold on, I'm gonna switch my desktop on real quick. Okay, so I've ordered this book because I get all of the Digimon art books. And I'm like super excited about this. It's not out yet, but I went ahead and ordered it. It's like this one has like a bunch of X artwork in it, and I freaking love the X Digimon so much, and I'm glad they're finally releasing an art book that has all of this stuff in it. Oops, hold on, I need to move that up here. No, okay, no, I mean, I don't think Vita had physical copies of any games. You could only download it, and I didn't know it came out on the Vita at all. Oh, okay, so that's what happened. But yeah, so I got this art book, and you get to see like all the cool X evolutions and stuff, and even has like secret artwork by the actual illustrator and stuff. So yeah, I buy all of the Digimon art books. So when I saw that Cyber Sleuth had an art book, I absolutely had to get it. And I was like, oh no, oh, here we go with Inception. Okay, so I absolutely had to get it, and I ended up buying the special edition PS4 version. And I'm like, when I got it, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna play this game anyways because I can't understand anything that it's saying. No, I didn't. I saw pictures of one afterwards, but I don't know if it was like if it's the same one you're talking about because I don't know how often they come out with them. But they're really interesting books. There was only one? Okay, because I saw something on Twitter going around where people were making another one, so I don't know if there are official ones or... I mean, I know they're fan zines, like fan magazines, but I don't know if there are different fan groups doing them, because I have seen some stuff floating around. It might be in my favorites somewhere. I've seen a couple of things floating around Twitter, and people are submitting new pieces for an upcoming one, so I don't know if it's like a continuation or what. Okay, yeah, if I can find it again, because I didn't know like that was such a rare thing, so I didn't pay that much attention to it. But I think they were doing like, let me see, who is, oh, you know what, hold on. I think I know. Hold on, let me sift through these pictures real quick, and I'll tell you and I'll pass the link on to you. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna be scrolling for a hot minute because I feel like, oh, here it is. All right. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, okay, here we go. Is this the one you're talking about, Peter? Because this is the piece that I've seen that somebody submitted. And this is an artist that I follow. And that's the piece that they submitted, and it was beautiful. So that's what caught my attention, and they were doing a new one. So yeah, they did like a 20th anniversary celebration one, because this one was submitted on November 1st, 2019. So that means it would have to be a new one, correct? The page never updated after that. Alright, so Yuko's ties to her family are weak. I think she craved a certain something to stay connected. Something for her family. Yuko is that what she was after. Let's see, Yuko helped me out when I needed it. She gave me a place where I could be myself. So please, let me come with y'all. Oh, okay, so you're teaming up with us? Cool. Thank you so much for the info. I'm such a big fan of these zines. I can't thank you enough for this one. Yeah, so I run across a lot of interesting stuff on Twitter. I can pass stuff on you. I know you're not on Twitter much, but if it's easier for me to just like copy and paste it and pass it on to you on Facebook, I can do that. Or if you want me to just start tagging you and stuff on Twitter, I can also do that. So, but yeah, like that one looks like is definitely going to be promising, and I didn't notice it until later. So I don't even know if they still have any of these left. Yeah, they said they're working on their shop at the moment, so I don't even know. Tracking information here. Yeah, people are just getting these kind of like a month ago or so. So I can only assume that they might be out of these, but I'll definitely check into it because yeah, these are pretty nice. Alright, so now that we have... Alright, so let's do... So who's on my team? If she's here, do they let me have both of them? No, they only just still let me have Omnimon. I thought they were gonna let me switch out between like I actually expected Tiger Vestmon to be standing over there somewhere, like I had two like guest partners or something. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, you die, little snail. Okay, neutral to all foes. So I kind of like the team attack combos that they have going on here. Yay! We did it, guys. I love how like Ravemon Burst Mode just starts breakdancing in the middle of the battlefield. Like, what you doing, bro? He's really cool. I love him so much. Like, he's just all kinds of happy. Like, he's showing us his moves. But yeah, like, so this right here, like, I love this aesthetic so much. Like, you have the wall here, and then you can see like the digital portals kind of tearing open like time and space, and then you can see all this other stuff in the background with like the little digital like field kind of looking staticky against the background. And overall, I really like the aesthetic, and I think I kind of want my art to go more in this direction because it's just something I've always been fascinated with. Like, just the concept of like two worlds being on top of each other, and then like you being able to see a different world from where you are. Dang, it seems like I missed my chance to get the second one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't notice that piece until way later. And then I was like, oh snap, there's like a fan collaboration book going on. And I was like, I looked at it, and then it was like, okay, pre-orders are closed or whatever. And I'm just like, oh dang, okay. Well, I definitely missed this one, but I'll keep my eye out for it because I started following more Digimon artists on Twitter, just so I can see like what they're up to and when they submit stuff and stuff like that. Yo, I'm about to like put security up right now because I'm getting attacked so much in here. Oh, okay, it missed that one. It said miss in the middle. I guess because it was beside Pekmon. And I was like, how did it miss and he just still died? Like, that man saw some light and was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just die. They basically have like the same attack just about. They just kind of hyper everywhere and crazy. And, you know, maybe I won't put security up. This is good experience points because I do need to get Rapidmon and Rise Greymon up. I'm not okay with that. I intend to throw crazy money at that person just for the chance to get one, even if I have to pay for the entire thing to get a second printing. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I was really sad because I really did like that. I really did like that Infamon piece, and then more of the project that I was seeing over time. Like, I saw it too late, and then when I went back and started looking at all the other artists, because like generally the artists will retweet the other stuff that the other artists are doing as well, and so that's kind of how I found it. But yeah, Twitter is really interesting. It definitely lets you know what's going on real time, that's for sure. So yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons I kind of cleaned my Twitter up a bit. So I had to like tell people that I don't do follow for follow, unless you're like a content creator, an entrepreneur, business owner, stuff of that nature, because like it's so easy for me to get lost on Twitter, like in memes and watching videos. So what I did was I kind of unfollowed a bunch of accounts that don't exactly post content, so that way I can make room for accounts that do post content. So that way, whenever I'm looking through my feed, I'm constantly seeing things that inspire me. I'm constantly seeing other things that other artists are doing, and my timeline low-key tells me, hey, get back to work. Get back to work and learn some new stuff. Ooh, a sleep barrier. But yeah, definitely, like, I look forward to making my own book one day. Especially with, like, the Super Flat series. Like, as soon as I'm done with all of those prints, I'm definitely just gonna make a full book of that. That's gonna be pretty neat. And so I should be done with all of the island style, charms that for this batch that I'm gonna do for CEO Dreamland. And then the printers are pretty, Mix'em, the print place that I use, they're pretty quick. So I know that I can kind of submit those last second and then just bite the bullet and pay for 2 days shipping or something. But no, they get around to stuff pretty quick, and because it's in the US, it doesn't take that long to get back versus like if I'm ordering something all the way from China. So I know like I can work on the prints all the way up to like the week before, and I'll be completely okay because they get to you in about like 2 or 3 business days sometimes. But I should be able to. I didn't want to take your pre-order money just yet because I need to know for sure that I'm gonna have enough time to do them. So it is looking like I am gonna have time to get at least 3 more super flat prints done, and I for sure am gonna do Samus because my husband requested Samus as well. So he's like, Samus definitely has to be one of them. I'm like, okay, fair. I love that parallax in there too, like how it just kind of scrolls with it. Why y'all keep battling me? I'm trying to enjoy background. Leave me alone. I didn't use Twitter until recently. I had supported a friend. Okay, okay. Oh. Let me see. A friend whose dad had been supported him. He had been bullied in class, called him suspicious, said he was going to bring he was about to get expelled over rumors, and his dad went into school, chatted with them, and defended both of them with my Twitter account. I was kidding. Oh wow, that's crazy, actually. Huh. Well, that's a way to lose an account. That's pretty nuts. But yeah, like, so with what was I gonna post? Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna post this. So for anybody that has not gotten their tickets yet, we definitely have this, so y'all should totally go follow that link. And then I bought my tickets, and I'm super excited about seeing that pretty soon. Oh, there's something really cute that I got to that I wanted to show y'all as well. Now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, so I definitely put in my pre-order here for this. Alright, so this is another thing. I saw that, and I instantly was like, okay, I gotta do this, because that's so dope. I'm not letting this slip away. So this is one of the reasons why I'm super excited about this movie, because I was like, if nothing else comes out of this movie, I know we're gonna get at least a Veemon plush. I'm waiting for a life-size one, because as soon as I see that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go crazy. This is a little tiny one. I'm gonna be just as happy with it. Your local theater? Yeah, so the theater right down the street from me is also showing the movie, so I was like, yes, it actually got to... I expected it to be like, oh yeah, no, your city's not that important, so it's whatever. But yeah, it actually got into 3 locations in my city, so I was super surprised about that. So Peter, based on what you have seen of Hacker's Memory, because I know you said you watched Let's Plays of it, what would you say are some of the highlights? Like, did you watch the whole story as a Let's Play? And then, this never happens to me. All the anime movies are always super far from me. I must have super good horoscope for this week. So much good luck. Yo, that's what's up. I am so happy to hear that it is near you somewhere. Oh, you've only seen half? Okay, okay. I will not spoil it for you. But I will give you a really helpful tip. Keep tissues nearby. That is all you need to know. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, when I played Hacker's Memory, I was like, it kind of felt more of the same as Cyber Sleuth, and then like even when I played it, I kind of got this really dreaded feeling of been there, done that. But when they added new locations here and there, and then let me see, I hope Whale Plush Girl doesn't die. Oh man, come on, the game's not that damn cruel. I would hope. But like, basically, I got like this really dreaded feeling of like been there, done that. But the fact that they added the domination battles in there, and then the fact that they let you visit like new real world places, it kind of made it feel fresh enough to play through. But then the characters were so interesting that I wanted to know more about them. So that was a really big selling point for me. So even though it's like the battle system kind of felt like very similar to this, it wasn't enough for me to be like, okay, this is boring, I'm gonna push on, because I did want to learn more about like people's identities. I did want to learn more about like what was gonna happen to so and so. And there's again, I'm not gonna spoil, there's a really beautiful part in the game that you actually get to walk around in and explore. And I was like, yo, this is really speaking to the graphic designer inside of me. And there was so much visual appeal in that game that I love it. Okay, I think Rise Greymon might be ready to evolve. Man, this is the second time I've missed a Peckmon. What is going on here? Yo, what is up? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Alright, we just gonna breakdance right quick. Gosh, I love him so much. Poke Gang? Oh man, I think you're in the wrong stream then, because this is We the Digi Gang. Level up, okay. We're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty well. Got a lot on my plate preparing for this next Artist Alley coming up, so that's been driving me pretty nuts. There's so much I have to do to get prepared for it. Denise, how are you? I am doing well, and I hope you are doing well too. I think I just did something incredibly dumb just now, so let me check to see what's going on here. Okay, skill. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, I thought I accidentally canceled and was like, yeah, no, don't learn status barrier. This is exactly what I need right here, status barrier. So I'm gonna go ahead and like put that on him. That's a really good move. This is one thing I really love about Digimon. Each and every Digimon gets their own special move that's like unique to only them. And then you get to carry around like 5 additional moves. So yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's see. And then like you can even change these attacks out. So you can have all of these attacks here that you can choose from. So you can kind of rotate through all of these as needed. So your Digimon is never like, okay, I'm only limited to X amount of attacks. So whatever role you need your Digimon to fulfill, you pretty much have everything you need here, and you can just kind of change their attacks out willy-nilly. So I mean, I think that's pretty cool because you can battle somebody and then like be like, okay, that didn't actually work. It's only 4 if the Digimon has multiple specials. True, but at the same time, you can still switch them out in between like the, what is this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 13 other moves that they can know. So, I mean, that's still like highly customizable, to be completely honest. Are you also part of the Digimon gaming community? No, I am not. Let me see, have you seen the Tyson how to draw Sonic video on Twitter promoting for the Sonic movie this Valentine's Day? I saw the tweet. I opened the tweet, but I didn't get a chance to watch the video because like when I looked at it, I was just like, oh my god, my stream is getting ready to start. So I feel like I'm gonna wait for my husband to come home so we can watch that together because I know he'd really appreciate that as well. Do I have anything that does damage to all foes? Cause I know I have Gale Storm on him, but is there anything else that I have? So 1 foe. Escapes from battle. I don't need such a wussy move. Let's see. Gale Storm 2. No, I have 3 attached. Oh, Texture Blow. I like that. I'm just gonna put that here. Just to be a troll. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna do... Are you ready to... Defense needs to be 130. Okay. What is my defense now? Oh my lord! It's so far away! Oh gosh! Okay, he's a fighter type. I could put... Oh my lord. This is gonna make me so upset. He'll eventually get there, but he's gonna have to go up at least like... 20 something more levels, assuming that, because he is going to get at least a +1 each time. So I know I could raise him by like 29 more levels, so it'd be like 50, 60, so it'd be 72. That's so far away. Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do is... Right now, his ability points is 118. If I change him to this, it'll be 125. Defense needs to be 135. But he needs to be level 55. So I'm gonna hit 55, but if I don't have defense of 130, I'm definitely not getting him. Man, I don't want to do this. I just shared your link there. They have an active community currently playing this game. Oh, that's what's up. Thank you so much. I was thinking of setting up a traditional drawing stream schedule with just my phone. You should totally do it, Denise. Like, you'd be surprised how many people watch. Like, a stream doesn't have to be like super graphical or anything, because there's so many people that I've seen on Instagram, especially like IGTV, that just use their phone and point it at their drawings and they'll draw stuff and it gets like tons of likes and stuff. So people like watching traditional stuff too. I think you should totally go for it. Okay, how about... That's a hard decision because I don't know what I want to do. Level 55. What level am I at now? 52. What is that? Oh, I think I know what that is. I don't know if I want that, but I do need to unlock that on my guide. Okay. I want Shine Greymon back, darn it. But I also need to complete my guide. If I remember, the app for this is Periscope. Yeah, Periscope and Twitter work hand in hand together. Okay, let me just... Oh, how about this? Let me just go ahead and... You know what? I'm okay with this. He's cool. He's cooler than I remember him looking. I was afraid that he's gonna look dumb or something, so I had a very hazy image of him in my mind, but this is fine. So I'm gonna work him up and see what attacks that he learns. Oh, you know what? Because I unlocked him, I can just go to the handy dandy field guide and see what he learns. So like in Digimon, I really love the field guide. If anybody, like, not even... Yes, it's really good for competitive play, but even outside of competitive play, even if you're just trying to figure out what you want to do with your Digimon, so for example, if you get an Agumon, you could just go to level 99 and see like exactly everything that he's going to learn and when he's going to learn. Level acquired, HP use, skill type. I just wish it would tell you if it were like if it were a physical or a magic attack. You can't actually go into the attacks and see what they do. A little lame, but at least you get to see what's coming up, and I am happy with just this. So let's see. I went to Geo Greymon and then Rise Greymon, and now I'm here. Okay, so stats. What does he learn? A bunch of useless stuff. Destruction would be good. I think guard break field. I think that's worth learning. I think that's worth learning. Okay, yeah, let's just stick with him. Because if he didn't have an attack that I wanted to learn, I would have de-digivolved him like immediately, just so I can start working on Rise Greymon again. So let's look at this Rapidmon again. He's a fighter personality type. So of course his attack has just kind of shot up. I need that attack to go down so I can exchange it for defense, because I'm not going to be able to get to Mega Gargomon or Black Metal Garurumon without defense. I mean, I could just keep leveling him up, but I'll wait. I'm being impatient. But while I'm here, I will heal. Oh, no need to recover. Okay. What's going on in my farm lately? I have not been seeing what y'all are doing. Okay, I'm gonna get these items. So, Farm Island 1. Are y'all my builders? I would like more Tactician USBs, if that's okay with y'all. Nimble, builder, 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 nimble. Okay. That's fine. Command, develop that. Thank you. And what are y'all doing in here nowadays? Okay, who is leader? Okay, So your personality is nimble. I was training somebody that needed speed to digivolve to the next stage, so I wonder who that was. Who was I trying to train in speed? I have no idea. I don't know what's going on anymore. Who is that Multimon? The Multimon. I need to see who that is. Because I feel like I wouldn't have a baby Digimon just, or an in-training Digimon just chilling on a farm. That means he was somebody somewhere. Ability points 31. Okay, so if he has Crescent Leaf, Anti-Poison, Crescent Leaf, Destructive Cannon, Gale Storm. What even was he supposed to be? I feel like I definitely dropped him down from something. Oh. You know what? I think I know what it is. I'm trying to get the ability points up. I want to get Macemon, but I don't want to have to split the DNA. I don't want to have to split the DNA Digivolution apart just to get the ability up. So I'm trying to train a, do I have 2 Kirpymons? I do. One has 92 ability. This one has 68. What is up with that? Okay, I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, so I have my Lady Devimon here, and her ability is only 30. So what I'm going to try to do is train up an Angelwomon that has ability of 200, and then I'm going to merge them together. Because again, like, I hate that if, like, for example, if I go to my party Digimon and I go to, like, Dino Beamon, oh wow, this is a pretty handy guide. Thank you, Peter. I was using the I always use the guide from like Game Facts, but I think that's definitely more straightforward if I just want to know the attacks and what level they're learned at and stuff like that. Dang, good looking out. Good find. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put this in my favorites. Folder.
Here are some results from the search.
Oh my gosh, Google, please stop. No, that's not what I'm asking. I did not ask you for your help. Okay, so we'll go ahead and throw that in the bookmarks. But yeah, like the one thing that I really dislike about this is like, so if I go to Dino Beamon, and I know that, so his abilities, I definitely evolved him too soon, which is, it's not something that can't be undone. It's not something that can't be undone. It's completely fine, but it's just gonna take longer to, it's definitely gonna take longer to get him to 200. So he's at 108, so if I change to Imperial Germana to be 117, if I change to or Grand Kuwagamon to be 117. But if I dip down to X-Veemon, it jumps up to 125. But because X-Veemon was the evolution that I chose, so X-Veemon was my primary. And then, so because like X-Veemon was my primary, and Stingmon was my secondary, if I de-evolve them, I lose Stingmon. Like, Stingmon is just gone. I don't get both of them back. It would just be X-Veemon, but he would still have all of Stingmon. He would still have all of Dino Beamon's moves. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. That's how I got his that's exactly what I've been doing. So that's how I got his ability up, and it's beyond annoying. So that's what's gonna happen here. So I'm gonna change him to I'm gonna change him to Grand Kuwagamon, and then I'm gonna have to drop him down again. But I don't think I stick with Grand Kuwagamon for that one. What does he actually what do his stats look like? I can't imagine his stats being better than Imperial Germans. I know they're not, and I feel silly for even looking this up, but we're gonna look it up. Okay. So let me see. What is it? Attack 188, 188, intelligence 188. Wow, Imperial German in Dragon Mode is very balanced, isn't he? His intelligence is like really low. But he does learn speed, charge field, attack break. That's pretty interesting. I think attack break would be cool. It'd be cool if some of them knew attack break and then some of them knew like attack charge or something. That would be that'd be OP. It's easier to do it in Odaiba with 2 Platinum Supermons and a bunch of... That's pretty much what I did on the PS4 version. I'm just trying to see like what would be most optimal while I'm waiting to get to Odaiba. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just drop him back down just for the sake of I would be so upset. I would be big mad if I accidentally chose one of these to devolve to instead of Dino Veemon, because like at that same time like you would lose that Digimon. Like you wouldn't be able to go back to him without fusing X Veemon and Stigmon together. Like that's crazy that they even give you this option to do this. But okay, we're just gonna go back to him. Okay, so his ability is 122 now, so we slowly get in there. And I'm gonna save, because I don't remember the last time I saved, and I do this with my artwork too, like I'll just keep playing and then something bad might happen and then I lose so much progress and then I'm like super sad. Alright, so I do know there was something over here I wanted to check on and explore, but then I was like, oh, there's a phone booth over there, so I better go see what's up with that phone booth over there. Alright, we got these little snails here. So has anybody had escargot before? Like, has anybody in here actually ate snails? I was watching like a food channel thing last night on like different eggs and how to eat them, and there was one eating like snail eggs or whatever, and then they were like, oh, but you can make them with escargot, and I've never ate a snail before. Some people say it's really good, but I don't know, it doesn't sound really appetizing. You could just evolve back to Grand Kuwagamon and then devolve to Dino Veemon in that event. You know what, this is gonna be overkill, but let's just— oh wow. I'm like, you know what, this is gonna be overkill, but this is more than overkill right here. This is not okay. This is like a hate crime against a child. Why are y'all doing this? Who hurt y'all? When I was very young, I had a salad that had snails in them, and according to my mother, I liked it. Okay, maybe it is something I could or should try? I don't know. I mean, I eat snooshi. I eat sushi, so snails may not be as far-fetched. Let's see if there's anything over here. Yo, they out here. I can't even walk like a couple of feet without this happening. Oh gosh, this is the only thing I hate about dropping the level down, like de-digivolving and then going back. It's like, do you want to learn Thunderfall 1? It's like, no, I don't. I forgot this skill 3 additional times already. I'm just seeing if there's any items. Yeah, there was an item here. Oh, a memory up! Yes! Alright, use. Oh. I have a DX and didn't even use that yet. What am I doing? Okay, cool. And then the DX. And then, so let me go. How long has that been sitting in there? I feel like I got that when I completed chapter 10, but because I was just like trying to save and like close the streams, it was going on for a long time. I was just like, okay, so I forgot. Because usually when I get those, I use them immediately. So something had to have happened. No! Veemontamer has done nothing wrong. He precious boy. Yay. A little dot Ikakumon. I like when you like do the final blow, how they just like poof up from the dot form and then just like keel over and die. You know what? Hold on. Alright. Let me do high security. So I'm just trying to... I love the dot status too. Like, I don't like when it happens to me, but I'm like, ah, I love these little pixels so much. They're the best. I wonder if we could just like keep using like texture blow on each other over and over again. Do I want to like reword that sentence or what? I don't like the way that sentence sounded. I wonder if we can induce dot status on all of the Digimon on the field, and then on all of the Digimon on the field, and just have a dot battle. I wonder how that would work. You can't because dot status makes it so you can't use abilities. Yeah, that's true. Or maybe you can just like, it would have to be like super planned. Like you'd have to like maybe leave one Digimon on each side. Yeah, so actually the only way that would work is one Digimon would at least not have dot status. That is correct. Where's this Multimon at? I need him. Actually, that thing needs to hurry up and Digivolve. That's ridiculous. Okay, so I need you to... What was I aiming for here? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I don't think I have... Let me see what evolution tree I need to unlock. Because I was just gonna go through and use this little Multimon right here to change into these different things so I can actually finish my field guide, and that will help me boost the ability points in the meantime. So let me see what my choices are. I pretty much have everyone here. Starmon and Platinum Sukamon, no. Tentomon. That evolution line's looking pretty good. Okay. How about Solarmon? That's looking pretty decent, I should say. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Gatsumon, because I do have a question mark here. Alright, yeah, so let's go ahead and let's go with Gatsumon, because I do want to complete the field guide. And also, no evolution is going to be a wasted one, because, again, it helps my ability points go up every time I do it. So even if I don't like it, I can always just drop back down, which is pretty cool. On the 1st of the next month, I'll have enough to ship those items to you. Okay, yeah, no, definitely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yo, Ska, what is up? Yo, I didn't realize you were on. I'm finished with my break. I just want to say I hope your stream is going well. Yeah, it's a pretty quiet stream, and I feel like it's lit. I just got this little rock Digimon right here. His max level is 69. Nice. All right, so let's see what we can do from here. I'm just trying to like fill out my field guide before I go to, not before I go to the final mission or anything, but I still just kind of want to fill it out if the opportunity presents itself. Alright. Does my high security stick with me? No, it does not. Of course not. Okay, okay, so this part of the story is actually pretty darn freaky. Yeah, let me save here. Alright. Actually, you know what? I feel like my memory is like super underutilized right now. I can bring more Digimon with me. I don't know anything about Digimon, but you are chill as well, so I'll be stopping by more when I can. Yeah, no, definitely. With this particular game, you actually don't need to know anything about Digimon. Like, it's more of like it became a cult hit even among people that just like RPGs in general. Because like the story, like it has really good Easter eggs in it for like people that are familiar with Digimon. But like if you're not, I feel like it's even more of a surprise because you wouldn't know who the silhouettes are for the evolution lines and stuff like that. So it's a pretty good RPG through and through. Like if somebody was like, oh, I wish I had a Pokemon with a more mature storyline that's just slightly darker, like Digimon would be right up your alley. Like, it's more Persona than Pokemon, I would say. Let me see. Is he in farm too? Yeah, he is. So I'm gonna move him over to my party. Alright. I know all about Digimon and them silhouettes still trip me up. Yeah, no, you are not lying. That's why when I was trying to evolve my Rise, when I was trying to Digivolve the Rise Greymon, I was like, okay, so I'm like, I don't want this one. And then like, I was like, oh, it's that guy. Okay, that's cool. I'm okay with this. So, yeah, even if you do know Digimon, like, you're still gonna be in for a surprise. And I think that's like the really unique thing about this game. And I think the story is captivating enough as well. Like, you honestly don't have to be a Digimon fan to enjoy the story. As a matter of fact, if you are a Digimon fan, you'll really enjoy the story because it's one of the most mature stories they've had in a, like, maybe across all of the Digimon media. I think that's a fair thing to actually say because of some of the missions that you have to actually do in this game. Okay, you have ability 68. Okay, you're gonna come with me. A little bit too much. Okay, this is fine. I'll just train him for now. I was like about 4 short or whatever. The silhouette still tripped me up. I started saving before digivolving. I didn't do all that, but I was like, okay, that's not exactly the one that I wanted, but... And there were some silhouettes that really surprised me, and I was just like, okay, that's actually cooler than what I wanted. Okay, so... This game is pretty darn creepy. Like, yeah, this is the part. Alright. Eliminate these filthy humans once and for all. You're here now, so there's no way of getting away with that. We already know that you're being manipulated by the Royal Knights. I don't care if it's what King Drazel wants or not, there's no way I'm letting you destroy humanity. Yeah, we're heroes. She's not human. Alright, so, yes.
よしこれでこ
Where are you? Where did you come from? I hate this man so much. He's so uncanny. Like, I hate
なん
him.
だってこんなとこに
Freaking Grandpa James.
忙しいだろうと思いましてね
I like that Try revealed that Israel is the only super powerful digital entity. Yeah, and I wish they would explore more of that. Like, Try touched on a lot of interesting concepts, but I think it just did a really crap job of delivering the story as a whole. It's still enjoyable. Like, I still liked sitting down and watching Try. I just think it got kind of, like, after... I want to say, like, after episode... after Try Part 3... I think it just kind of started progressively getting weaker and weaker, storytelling-wise, but then it's like, even though it was weaker, it was still introducing a lot of interesting questions and things to the plot, and I was just like, I don't think I like how this story ended. I feel like it built up to something so big, and then it just kind of left me hanging in a way, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel about this. But hopefully the new movie will clean that up a bit, because like, wow, that made me so sad. Alright, so let's see. Oh, okay, so yep, the digital wave is happening here. Alright, so is she gonna transform yet? Oh, yep, okay, here she is. That ain't a human. Some magical girl type crap. In the name of the moon, I will Digi you. Alright, so it's about to go down. Alright. Can we just like hurry up and yeah, here we go. Hey Peter. Hey everybody. Look, yeah, it is a pink knight from Frontier. I need everybody to look. I'm just gonna let this battle cam rotate a little bit. If we look in this little chamber back here, where's Yuko? In the cutscene, she was totally sitting back there unconscious. But nah, in the battle, they're just like, nah, man, we ain't gonna put her back there. It's not really often that little little things that get looked over happened in this game as far as like the battlefields go. You noticed too? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, like when I was first playing the game, I didn't really notice because I was so focused on the, oh my god, she was actually a royal knight, because like, when she first traps Yuko, like when the whole thing at Under Zero happens and Yuko gets force logged out, Yugo gets force logged out, but then we know it's like Yuko. And like she was like, when she made, who was it? I think it was like when I did the connect jump over there and then she made me disappear. You saw Rhoda Nightmon just kind of like pop up in the background over her. I never noticed that on my first playthrough. This happens again later with another character. Does it? Okay, I'll be on the lookout for it. Let's do cross counter, because I don't trust you. Alright, so let's do, oh, you got a weakness. I feel if Captain Falcon had a Digimon, it would be Ravemon. Also, Japan Frontier has the Pink Knight voiced male. I feel like that's correct, yeah, because it was voiced female in the English version, wasn't it? Yeah, Crusademon, Lord Nightmon is not male or female. Yeah, because I also noticed that as well. Because I want to say like I don't know if in the Savers dubbed it was that way as well, but I know in Frontier it was, because I always thought it was a woman. And I think that was because of the dub. But you know, Renamon even said in Tamers though that Digimon don't have genders, so I guess that kind of solves this whole conversation here. Let's do... Oh, but she's not gonna attack for a long behind time. I just keep saying she because it was in Kibushi's body, so that's why I keep saying that. Chain max, okay. Let's do, I know this attack is weak, but if I at least use acceleration boost, it should do like a reasonable, wow. Okay. 587 damage, and that was a weak attack. I think that was a good strat. Okay, and then if you look back there, she's back in the chair again, so I guess she just had to get up and go to the bathroom or something for that scene, and now she's just like, oh yeah, I gotta be back now. Battle's over. So like, we had to fight so she could take a bathroom break. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I love these cutscenes. So like, now that they're making this new Digimon story game, I feel like if the PS if they are not oh, that poster said Butterfly on it. There was an advertisement for Butterfly in the background. That's pretty cute. So I definitely feel like if the PS Vita is not as like isn't there to hold back all of this, because I definitely feel like if they had more space on the actual media itself, we would have way more of these cutscenes. But the fact that these cutscenes even exist in the game says a lot. So if we're working on, if the next story game is not based on a handheld, I wonder how nuts they'll go with all of these cutscenes and stuff. Okay. Alright, so Aruto's able to cut the power. Aruto has the best theme, man. Don't at me. I love this song so much. Alright, it can't be. The dimensional door has closed. Yes. Yes, it has. Alright. Yep, we're gonna wipe out all humans. Moo ha 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 ha. Nah, bro, you did your best. A thing happened and it's because of you, so we're good. Okay, here we go. So this, okay, this part's pretty darn, oh wait, an eater was involved? Oh yeah! Oh, excuse me. So yeah, there are little parts in the story that are like super that are kind of hazy to me. But, oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, this tripped me up. I love the aesthetic and how creepy it is, and she is literally a weapon. Alright, so, I was upset at the size of Exomon in the game. It has the largest file size of any Digimon in its lore. It's supposed to be like its wings were so large it blocked out the sky. I mean, are you trying to get the Vita to crash or what? But no, but that's my thing. Like, I wonder if they'll be able to stick to the lore a little better if they don't have so many restrictions. If they don't have like a bunch of restrictions and like they don't run out of space when they're making like the models and whatnot. So I feel like for the handed cards that was dealt and the fact that it was developed for a handheld, I think they did a really good job. And I think it even holds up well as a port even on the Switch. So making it on like a current gen console, I can't wait. I love the Eater theme too. Oh my gosh, hey Peter, here, I need you to read this. I'm all for people having opinions, and I'm not like trying to make fun of anybody for having different opinions, but I want you to read this, let me see, let me see. Alright. Hold on, I'm gonna link this review because I think it's like pretty hilarious. Is it this one? Okay, no, it was not that one. That one was like really dumb. I'm going to... And then I'm going to arrange this by date. By date. Okay, I think it was this one. There was one review that I read that was like, it was pretty fair, and then there was another one that was just like, I can't find it right now. When I find it, I'll link you to it. But it was like hilarious because they were just like, all of the characters are bland, the story's bland, the music is bad, and I'm like, whoa, this is the same dude that did music for Danganronpa and like freaking No More Heroes and composed pieces for Smash Brothers. Like, are you trying to say that this man doesn't know what he's doing? Like, there's some reviews you can read where you could tell somebody just does not like the aesthetic and that it's not their cup of tea, and that's all right. But when you start just saying everything about the game was trash, like, that's when you lost your credibility, dude. Like, alright, so let's see, we're gonna do acceleration boost first, because I like acceleration boost. Alright, so what we're gonna do here now, we're gonna do, I'm just gonna start attacking. How about that? Are they careful not to hit Yuko, or do they just straight up hit... Okay, they hit the blade. So I feel like they're careful not to hit her. I don't know about that. They in there. Okay, so Eater Eve. Oh, hey. Yo, nice little combo attack. Let's go. Whenever I see it says active damage, like under chain, I always think it says active OMG. But I know it says DMG. It's supposed to be damage, but it looks like an O, so it's just like OMG. See, the exponents multiple units to perfect X indicates multiple than the 6 power 100, therefore 1 exabyte is 1 quadrillion bytes. Holy crap. Yeah, he's bigums. Oh man, that was a critical. Nice. All of that and you missed. Man, 272, you ain't doing no damage. Active. OMG. Acceleration boost is the one that makes your attack stronger next round, yeah. $4.99, alright. Oh gosh, it's so uncomfortable to watch. What? Oh my gosh, no wonder I found a sleep barrier DX in the sewers, or the underground path. It was trying to tell me something. Alright. Are you awake? Okay, they wake. Oh, okay, the only two that are awake. That's fair. Yeah, we'll just attack. He's almost dead. Oh, I thought that was gonna kill. No, wake up, Boo! Yeah, we're not doing this. You gotta die now. No speeding up allowed. Critical, what? Okay, I was about to say, does it die or nah? So I don't remember that far. It makes sense to get 2 attacks than to get 1 powerful attack. That move has no use. I feel like acceleration boost does, because like if you have a move that that can hit a critical, or like I feel like it would be nice to have 2 times, like, or for example, I think a good example of acceleration boost is like if I gotta look to see if it doubles the attack. But if I do acceleration boost and then I happen to get a critical or something, like I know it's such a random roll of the dice, but I would rather my attack do a little bit more damage. Like I want to say it's a multiplier of like 1.5 or something. I gotta check that. Actually, you just gave me this move guide. I can definitely check it here. Because acceleration boost doesn't go away after you use it once, is the thing. Like, it can stick around for 2 turns. But I think it's random how long it sticks, though. Okay, so this is a skill listing. Let me see. Okay, no, it's for the next turn. And it is just double. There is something to it, though. Is your team still broke? Yeah, my team's still broken. I only play this game every Wednesday, so pretty much like what you see on stream is what I'm accomplishing. I won't have any time to put... I won't have any time to actually put into my team, at least not until after CEO Dreamland, because I have been trying to... I'm pretty much in crunch mode right now, and everything that I'm doing is pretty much trying to finish up my charms and buttons and keychains just in time for CEO Dreamland. So I gotta get that stuff out, because like the production time, sometimes turnaround time is like 3 weeks. So I gotta have them out early so I can have them back in time to wrap everything up and just get everything ready. So. Oh no. Do whatever it takes to help her. Oh yeah, that's right. She's right now, Faye is in her like her rookie stage where she's just like, no, Digimon are just programs and they're just used to fight. Okay. I hope they explore that aspect as well. Like, I really like the concept of being able to jump into anything digital. So if a person is if a person is in a partially digital state, or they're merged with a Digimon or something along those lines, or they're just like so deep into the network that you should be able to jump inside of them. I really like that Cyber Sleuth explores those concepts as well. Like, it opens up so many possibilities for Digimon as a whole. Okay, Peter, so I get what you're saying, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. And I'm also going to, because I've been looking at competitive guides, and competitive guides actually recommend that you have Excel boost on certain Digimon, and I have no idea why. Because that does make sense. So if that's double, you need use 2 turns to do the same damage, and if it's 1.5, use 2 turns to do less than 2 normal turns than the user. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that because, like, I agree. I actually agree with that. Like, that makes sense. But for some reason, like, when I'm looking at competitive guides, they highly recommend having acceleration boost for some reason. So I'm actually gonna reach out to, what is his name? Tetsuya? I think he runs the Tamer Union website, and he's really into competitive Digimon. So I'll make a tweet at him when I'm done with the stream and see what's up with that. So I'm pretty sure if anybody has the answer, he would have the answer, because he's like the one that does the competitive guides and has actually researched the competitive players in Japan and broke down their movesets and stuff like that. So I'll ask to see like why acceleration boost is sought after from a lot of competitive players. Actually, let me see if I can Team Reunion, Digimon, Sleuth, building perfect Digimon, a crash course in Sleuth metagame. Okay, here we go. So there's this, and then how do you win? Investing in speed versus healing skills, offensive base. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Oops. Control F. What are his stats right now? Just kind of looking. Okay, unique buffs include double output on their next turn only, wears off if they do. On their next turn only, wears off if they don't attack. Okay. Okay, Excel. So let's see. Excel boost is our special mention as one of the most effective methods of dealing damage in any situation where you know you'll be doing 2 consecutive turns of the same attack skill with the Digimon you Excel boosted on. Using boost saves you as much as SP by simply Oh! Okay, Peter, here you go. I'm gonna give you this guide here. Okay, so basically what it is if you look at the SP for acceleration boost, it's a SP saver. So if I use Full Moon Meteor Impact twice, then I use 40 SP. If I sacrifice a turn to use acceleration boost, and then I use Full Moon Meteor Impact, I just got away with using 26 SP points as opposed to 40. So it's a way of biding time. So if your Digimon's speed is high enough and nobody's going to attack in between there, then you're probably not going to receive damage. And then on top of that, you get away with like reducing your SP use by more than half. Okay. Next skill in the turn, it is key to conserving skill points over the course of the game so that you remain alive and able to react later when the opponent is run dry. Okay, there it is. So here is... I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the chat. Okay, so that's what it is. So that's what it was. Like, I remember there was an advantage to using it. So yeah, it does damage the output. It doubles. It's not 1.5. It's 1. So it's like 100, so 200% or whatever. So that's your damage output. And yeah, so if you can bide time and just wait on using that attack, you're effectively, like, you're not running through your SP. Like, even if you had a Digimon that can just chew up a ton of SP, that's probably not going to be the smart thing to do, because as the battle goes on, you're probably going to have to recover. And, you know, it's like, okay, if I'm just using Full Moon Meteor Impact every turn, I'm not going to, like, okay, let's look at these moves right here. I can totally, like, if we look at these moves right here, like, I need that 40 SP for final aura. But if I'm just like dumping more and more SP into my special stat, that's gonna kill my SP points. So if my speed is high enough, so assuming, like, say if I had a team and then I just kind of use like speed charge field or something like that, and then like I get my speed is high enough to where an opponent is not going to attack me in between. Like, it doesn't have to be like attack for attack. Like, you don't have to retaliate against every little thing. So yeah, that's the point of Excel Boost. That makes sense. Is Safety Guard good and competitive? I'm gonna say yes, because another guide that I read highly recommended to at least have that equipped to one Digimon. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, they're saying like pretty much like buff and debuff skills are it's actually functionally gonna work the same as Excel Boost, because you do have different Digimon that can like negate like status effects and stuff like that. Or if you think about it, if you just use Safety Guard, you're using less SP versus, say, like if your whole team gets poisoned. Well, now you have to use like a healing move on each of those Digimon, which is gonna run through all of your SP once again, because you're trying to heal your whole team. Versus if you use Safety Guard, then you don't have to waste any SP. You don't have to like throw that towards trying to get those like status effects off of them. Okay, yeah, so they're saying they're using Jesmon as this example here with Safeguard, so... But yeah, like, so I just dropped the article in the chat down here. DigimonWorld.org. Red Joker, where are you in the story? We just did a connect jump into Yuko, who was like, the Eater kind of absorbed her, so we just like got done with her battle where she had like the whole horn sticking out of her head. Kibishi just turned into the Road to Nightmon or whatever. Even if you save SP, it's at the cost of damage that would have ended the battle faster, and there's no guarantee that your boosted Digimon will survive the next attack. They're talking like it's assuming that you have really good speed, because if you have enough speed, you're gonna bump your opponent Digimon out of the queue. So for me, I would only want to use Excel Boost. Like, for me, if I'm doing competitive, I would only use Excel Boost if my speed is high enough, and I know like Mirage Galgamon has another attack before the opponent's gonna attack me. So it's a matter of preference. You don't have to use it, but I mean, like, for me, I want to learn how to process that. I want to learn how to actually use it correctly if legit competitive players have found success in it. So, and again, like, for me, it's kind of the same as Smash. Like, some people may not prefer to use specific moves in a specific way or whatever, but everybody has their own style, and I think that's what's unique about it. But for me, I want to try to incorporate Excel Boost into my play. That's just me personally, because for me, I that is a really good point. That is a really good point that it does save SP. But if I'm using like Digimon that are like super high in speed and they're like they appear twice in the turn order, then heck yeah, I'm gonna use Excel Boost, because it's like, okay, I just saved SP, but I didn't receive any damage because it's my turn again. And to be completely honest, I would much rather save SP for healing moves. Yeah, oh god, is Crusadermon the dub name? I get confused with this all the dang time because I'm so used to watching Digimon in Japanese. Who is Crusademon? Yo, King, what is up? Crusadermon. Okay. Yes, that is the dub name. I'm so used to calling it Lord Nightmon because that is when I watched it in Sabers. The article was written in 2016, though. Well, I mean, if you have any better solutions, let me know. And then, like, if it's like tried and true or whatever. But like, the thing, like, I feel like it kind of still stands because the mechanics of the SP have not changed much in between the time that Cyber Sleuth came out. And here, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna link you to this Twitter article. I'm gonna link you to this Twitter user, and you can ask him because he's pretty much the one that puts these together and researches all this. So like, I'm only going by like some of the guides and like what I've also seen on like Game Facts and different forums and people that do. Because I don't plan on playing this game competitively at all. I just like battling people. But again, let me see. TAT. No. Crap. Let me see. Crap. I gotta go through my... Hold on. I'm not following that many people, so I should be able to find him pretty easily. Oh, no, wait. You know what? I can just go here and then go to Twitter at the bottom. I think the only things that they've changed since... Yeah, no, that is true. And they did nerf him, but there's, even though Alpha's Veemontamer was nerfed, there's still instances, like even when I'm playing in the game, there are still instances where my turn order is still above the opponent's. So I'm just going by like what I've seen and like what I've read, and I'm not saying that I'm the expert at this or anything, but here, I'm gonna link you to him. So any questions you have, go ask him. He's gonna have more info and he's gonna have more of a rundown on it. And because honestly, I don't plan on playing anything competitively. I'm definitely way more into my art. But for me, if I'm just playing the game, hey, I'm just enjoying the game. So yeah, they did nerf Alpha's Veemontamer for sure. After I beat Hacker's Memory, I need to replay the original Cyber Sleuth. Most of my Digimon are burst mode, yes. Saber's was my absolute favorite, and I really like the design philosophy behind them, so yeah, a lot of them are going to be burst mode. No, Peter, not at all. Like, if I don't have the information, then I will find someone who does. I mean, if you think it's a waste of time, I think that's an interesting thing to just say, like, hey, why would this be optimal to do this? And if he's the one that, like, wrote the guide and participated in competitive play and, like, has this much information, and then also, like, based on some things that I've seen on Reddit and seen on, what's the other one? Game Facts, it's just something that I'm interested in just trying to incorporate. And then also, like, it just looks cool when they charge up. Did you watch 4Kids back in the day? Christian, yes I did. I used to watch, yeah, definitely Pokemon and then some Yu-Gi-Oh! Have you seen Magical? No, I don't even know what that is. So I wasn't really into, like, too many things. Like, I feel like Pokemon and Digimon were really big things for me. So I definitely watched a lot of 4Kids Pokemon with their jelly donuts because they were just so afraid of just them eating rice balls or whatever. Rosemon is one of my favorite Digimon, and his burst mode is just fun to use, especially with his ability that heals your AOE every time they use a move. And Rosemon burst mode looks really cool too. Like, I love all the Saber's Digimons, like, straight up. His background is, like, so trippy. Oh, your family is lame.
これは私がフェイにあげたデジモン。ユウコ、あなたがフェイと私を出会わせてくれたから、私もフェイも一人じゃなくなった。
Digimon Sabers was my first introduction to Drizzle and the Royal Knights. I skipped Frontier. Yeah, Frontier just was not my cup of tea. I loved the idea of the spirit Digimon and stuff. Actually, like the Lost Island of Digimon, I think that was like the Frontier movie that they had. That one was really dope, and I wish the series was more like that. Cause like I really like Henshin Heroes because I'm like a fan of Kamen Rider, and exactly that's exactly what it was for me. Like I love Frontier's concept because like I like watching Kamen Rider, and that's like more Henshin Hero stuff. And like I still need to watch what is the Japanese version of SPD for Power Rangers? It was Sentai I forgot what it was. But I definitely need to watch Go Buster as well. Deca Ranger, there it is. So like if I'm like a fan of like stuff like that, like why would Frontier, again, the premise and the concept of Frontier is amazing because I am just naturally a fan of that kind of stuff. But the thing is like I actually didn't watch a lot of Toku until I met my husband and he introduced me to like Sentai, Kamen Rider, Garo and stuff like that. And so it made me look back and I was just like, wow, I feel really bad that I don't like Digimon Frontier because it should be right up my alley if I like this kind of stuff. And the story just didn't hold me. I didn't really care about any of the characters. But the designs were really cool, especially the beast forms. Like, I love those. I love Kendo Gururumon. Everyone said he was really dumb because he had little wheels, but I'm like, oh man, come on. Like, this little ancient wolf-looking thing, and I'm super behind my Sentai and Kamen Rider. I kind of fell off after Ghost. I'm not gonna lie, like, I fell off way earlier because, like, I'm more of a fan of, like, the older stuff because, I really like Fi's. Kabuto was a really good one for me. I loved Kabuto. Double was pretty good. I need to watch O's. I don't know why I didn't watch O's. My favorite one is Amazon's. Not the old Amazon, but the remake they just did, and that one is super good. That one's probably like my favorite one, right behind Kabuto. I still want to see Kamen Rider versus Big Bad Beetleborgs. Let's go. Double Gaiman Driver, my favorite riders. Gurkhan is my favorite Sentai. Okay. Yeah, like, I haven't really been into, like, the newer stuff. Like, I tried watching Wizard, and I was like, I think that's is Wizard when they introduced the singing belts? Because that really upset me. I mean, perhaps I can try to give the newer Kamen Riders, like, another shot, but I am a fan of, like, the older school ones. I mean, heck, I've even watched like Kamen Rider Black. Kamen Rider Black RX was garbage. I'm sorry. Like, that is my opinion, and I'm fully sticking to that. So Black was pretty cool. But by far, I think Kabuto was really cool. I really liked it. I think that was O's that bought the singing belt. Okay. I've only seen the old Kamen Rider that aired on Fox in the 90s in the Dragon. Oh man, yeah, wait. That's right, they tried to did they try to localize Ryuki? Is that what that was? Yeah, it was called Dragon Knight. Yeah, I think that was called like Dragon Knight or something like that. I cannot remember. Wizard was a mess season, but I like it. Yeah, like I feel like I tried to watch a little bit of Wizard and I was just like, I don't know, I can't do this. But like, the recent one that's on is not that bad. They kind of toned down the gimmicks a bit, and then the design looks very like old-fashioned. Like, it's modern, but you can tell it takes cues from the older Kamen Riders. And I honestly like Wizard's powers more than the show. I think that's very fair to say. I remember Dragon Knight in the original of it. Yes! Okay, so it was Dragon Knight. So yeah, I feel like Ryuki was the only one, because Ryuki is, that's what Dragon Knight is. That's a Japanese counterpart to Dragon Knight, but I don't know how far that got. Then another one that I really liked was, not Ultraman, but I know, like, they came out with, like, a Gridman anime. It was like Gridman SSS or something like that. That show was clean, like, straight up. Like, I was watching it, I was like, ah, it looks kind of weird. I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but then I watched it, and it was pretty easily one of my top favorite animes. Do they still have insect-like armor? Because the Dragon Knight one threw me off because it defeated the Kamen Rider in the name. Okay, so yeah, like, some of the, like, the designs for Kabuto were really insect, because you had one that was based on, like, a stag beetle, then you had one that was based on a, like, Kabuto was pretty good, and then they had, like, the ability, and one was a dragonfly for sure, and then one was just, like, a beetle. Fies was like ants, weren't they? Like, Kamen Rider Fies look like an ant. A lot of Kamen Riders are based on bugs. Yeah, a lot of them are, for sure. Alright, so I'm gonna save, and then, okay, cool. I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna, like, go ahead and get ready to wind this stream down here. Like, I know I usually go till 12, but I'm definitely... Oh, more story. Faceless Child. That one's not Aruta at all. Their hair never changes. Okay, now this right here, like, even towards the end when you get to explore more of the digital world, I wish there was more of this involved. So I know we got to go explore, we do get to explore the real world, and then we definitely get to explore Eden. Excuse me, we definitely get to explore Eden. But I wish there was more to the actual digital world, because look at this is beautiful. My friends got me into Super Sentai with Gokaiger. Kind of funny, as it was an anniversary season. Oh, Red Joker! Did you see Akiba Ranger by any chance? Like, it was a parody of both Sentai and Power Rangers. Akiba Ranger was gold. Bits and Pieces. Oh my god, it was hilarious. Like, I will never forget one of the scenes where they're, like, going up. It was like the Japanese, like, Sentai versus American Power Rangers, but they made fun of them by calling them Powerful Rangers. And they were just standing on top of the cliff, like, kind of, like, over-exaggerating how the English ones always have to add in, like, the "Ay-yaw! Because, like, apparently the Japanese ones just did not do it as much. So they literally had a dude standing on the top of the cliff just going like, "Ay-yaw! Every time someone jumped off a cliff. Like, that show was crazy. It was just so self-aware. It's on my list if I ever get my laptop fixed. Yes, Akiba Ranger, please. I swear there was a bug in that Japanese that was like Kame something. Oh gosh. See, we don't get to see much of the digital world here. It's a mantis. Okay, yeah, actually, like, I want to say, was it Kabuto where they had, like, Punch and Kick Hopper? They were actually based on grasshoppers. So, yeah, they have different motifs throughout each season. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about all these tentacles being around me. That makes me very uncomfortable.
僕はユーゴ。ユーコの兄だ。
Blade, what is up? So I thought Kamen Rider has a double meaning of mask and Kamen. Oh, okay. Maybe. I was just thought it was just Masked Rider, but I never actually thought of that before. That's actually really interesting. Peter, always looking into the deeper meaning of things. Hentai, what happened here? Yeah, I don't know. The eaters make me uncomfortable. Like, even if I'm like... I mean, there would never be a situation where I'm walking and tentacles are just around me doing this, but you never know, and I'm just letting you know that if it ever happens, I would be very uncomfortable.
いや、とにかく僕も優子を侵食から守ろうとしていたけど、まさかあんな方法があったとは。しかし
Okay, so we trying to find this.
僕が君を呼んだ。
Obviously, you haven't played Splatoon.
君はそれに応えて。
I mean, but they cute though. That doesn't count. They gotta be cute tentacles.
気がついたらそれは誰かの呼び声。ここがどこなのか。
Do they still have vehicles I can talk to them? You know what? I don't know. I know Kiva, he was like, his whole entire castle was a dragon and could technically kind of look at him. Kamen Rider Kiva was really bad with stock footage though. Like, that season reminded me of Digimon so much with like the stock footage. And I'm like, of course, Toei, of course. I think I am gonna go back and rewatch some of the older ones though, because like, I remember I was going over to, like, back when my husband and I, before we were married, I'd go over to his house, but then I was trying to watch Kiva, but I was like working late nights, and like I kept falling asleep in the middle of every episode, so I can't even tell you like what even happens in Kiva. Like, I know like vampire Kamen Riders and stuff like that, and like he has to take the bat and it bites him or something like that, and I'm like, I can't even begin to tell you what even happens here. This had a similar experience. They were adults in my memories drawn to you. You're the ghost of the pale boy. Thank you for calling him the pale boy, because I got so upset when they're like, oh, it's the white boy. I'm like, what? Stop calling him that, please. Lord have mercy. It's like almost like as bad as like in Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta's like, you're scaring the Namek. Like, okay, it's so rude. The one I saw had a car and a motorcycle that talked to him. Hey Peter, was it kind of old-ish? Like, how long ago did you see this? I want to say that was... Did his motorcycle look like a grasshopper by any chance? Oh, it was on Fox in the early 90s. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay, Master Rider is produced by Saban. Oh my gosh, yes! Okay, it is. It's Kamen Rider Black RX. That's what that was. Okay, so Master Rider, yeah, that came out over here in 1995. And that was their adaptation of, yeah, Black RX. So, yes, it did, but only when he transformed. Okay, yeah, here, this is what you're looking for here. Alright. There you go. So that's what you're looking for there. So there was a season before that called Kamen Rider Black. So what ended up happening is Kamen Rider Black had a very serious undertone to it. It was pretty straightforward, and I really liked Black. But then they did Black RX where they were trying to make it more kid-friendly. So you had the same exact main character who used to be all brooding and serious. And then like in the next season, suddenly he was like laughing and playing, like laughing and frolicking and being all happy-go-lucky and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my lord, what just happened? Like dude just like popped a bunch of pills or something and was like instantly happy. Like it was so unsettling what they did to that show. Oh no, is this when all of the okay, so I think this is when you actually start you can get your Digimon in the real world now. Like I feel like they follow you around now. Now I can rewatch it. Oh my gosh, I highly recommend. Okay, like if you can get your hands on the original content, I highly recommend just watching like the original Kamen Rider Black. But I mean, RX wasn't so bad that I watched it and I was like, okay, no more of this nonsense. But it was noticeably a downgrade from the previous season. Okay, so now that the digital gate's been opened, I think this is I really do think this is when your Digimon can actually follow you around in the real world, which is pretty dope. This is the part I've been waiting to get to. This is all they talk about on TV news. No nothing, experts have theory after theory. A major digital shift has been occurring since the dimensional door opened, and now it's showing no signs of resolving itself anytime soon, and Digimon are wandering free around Tokyo. Nice. I'm not worried about the Digimon, it's the Eaters who are attacking people indiscriminately. If only I could have stopped them faster. I heard that the original Kamen Rider got his powers after being abducted by insect aliens that did something to him, but they didn't finish it, and he used that against them. I feel like that would be the plot to the very first one. Don't quote me on that, because I am not a Kamen Rider expert like my husband. He has watched all the seasons of that, and he knows it like the back of his hand. I only know the, hold on, what is, let me see, I am... What errors are these? I say Showa... Oh, yeah, here we go. These are the... let me see. So, the Heisei era was Zio... Agito, Hibiki. Oh my gosh, Hibiki. So if anybody liked Sonic Underground and how they just started singing in the middle of every episode, I'm pretty sure you will love Kamen Rider Hibiki. They fight with drumsticks and guitars and stuff. Actually, pretty terrible. Yeah, Red Joke, you're right about that. Because I know that extent of it, but I don't know like the fine details of everything. I don't know how true it is, but I've always wanted to find out, but I'm lacking in the time development. I would like to ask your husband, but it seems weird for me to send him a friend request just for that. Whatever, like, if you just send me your questions and then I can like send him, but because he's rarely on social media because he's just so caught up in his like full-time job. I would like if a full-time job was like 9 to 5, but he's an industrial engineer, so like where he's working is about to become like almost fully automated. So he's like in this really terrible transition period right now where he's just like, I'm not gonna say getting overworked, but I feel like he's getting worked more hours than over like typical 40-hour a week full time. So maybe like when his job calms down a bit, but at the same time he's like ridiculously antisocial. Most of what I know is what they have said in the movies, and every time Shocker comes back. Every time Shocker comes back. Yeah, it seemed to be a running theme. Kamen Rider First was a pretty good movie. I think I got a really bad translation of it though. Like I was watching a fan translation, and like there was a part in there where I think like the lady was trying to say like I want to live a free life or something like that, or she just wants to be free of burden. But like the line translated to like I want to be a very loose woman, and I'm like, wait, what? I don't understand this translation. That definitely that made me turn around. I was like, what?
そのためにも私はもう一度あの人は
俺も岸辺は許せねえ。ロイヤルナイツってのは
私はいきなりこんなことになってパニクってるこのまま放っておいたらオメガモンはそれを止めたいって言ってる
Zero, you're gonna help Omnimon? Yes.
どうや
We will
ら
help
やりて
Omnimon.
えことを
Oh no. Okay, is my body given out? I don't remember this part of the story.
おい
大丈
Are you okay? Do I look okay?
反電脳体か
Do I look
無規
okay?
模のデジタルシフト
おお、やっぱりここに集まってたか。
Mariyoshi.
京子さん
I
は
like
留
his
守ですけどどうか
い
I would like a hat
用
like
がある
that.
のは
俺
よくわかったな。
そろそろ来る頃だと思ってたんだ
Uh,
ああ、間もなく
busted.
お前
You know, honestly, I would be super happy if they just took Cyber Sleuth and made it into an anime. Honestly, like I would be so darn happy. Like that would be amazing.
東京中を停電させた
Or at least make an OVA of this, because like I think the story is really good, and it takes everything that Digimon is about and kind of puts a new spin on it. And then definitely like I really like when Digimon take more of the
これらの件で
more of like the technical sci-fi direction more than the fantasy direction, but I would like for it to have a good mixture of both. But I really like how hard they drive the sci-fi like technical part and aspects of this home in the story.
お偉方の
悔しいがその
So the story is pretty darn
で
good
起きていること必ずこれが
by Digimon standards, but it's also good enough to hold the attention span of anybody who knows absolutely nothing about Digimon, and I think that's really unique.
おいおい逃げた
It's actually like this. I really like. I absolutely adore and love that this game has actually made people say like, "Oh wow, this is actually really cool looking. I want to know more about Digimon now. Where should I
さす
start?"
がにここは
And then it's like, yo, bro, I hate to tell you, but not many stories get as cool as Cyber Sleuth. So just enjoy it for what it is, and then play Hacker's Memory. You'll love it.
キングです一連の事件には
I kind of want another sequel. Red Joker, a sequel to Cyber Sleuth, or
新田さんの
what?
罪を問われるなら私
Because I do know that Habu, the producer of the Digimon, the current producer of the Digimon story games, I think he's producer or director, one of those two. Oh, Cyber Sleuth? Yeah, for sure. I love the world, and I really like the characters as well. He did say that the next story game in development, not Survive, but there is another Digimon game in development right now that is story-based, like the turn-based, that's kind of with this same battle system that's like similar to this. He did say it's not going to be Cyber Sleuth, but he did say it is going to be a story game.
なら
But
最終的に誰が決断
I know with Survive, they're going more the fantasy route with it because they do get trapped in the digital world. So maybe like the story games will be more like technology focused or based.
それに
We have a really good team of people working on these current Digimon games because again, like I kind of like to bring this topic up every Digimon stream because I just think it's crazy how far Digimon has come nowadays. You could easily say, you know, years ago that Digimon had crap games, allegedly. And a lot of people that were going to play Digimon games were not going to base them on their own merits of like, okay, this is good because of this, or this actually has this kind of little unique spin on it. They're just going to be like, ooh, bootleg Pokemon. So now that Digimon is kind of broken out of that shadow,
あと
I think it has more of a chance of actually showing that it can be a good franchise. That it is a good franchise, but I think it's showing that it can be good even in the video game department. Because I love when I read reviews or I love when I read tweets and people are like, Digimon Cyber Sleuth was more awesome than it had any business being. So they went in playing this game with super low expectations, and their expectations just got blown out of the water, and people were just like, oh wow, this is Digimon? So if the quality of the games is going to be anything like this in the future, then I'm here for it. I am all for it. Even if it's not Cyber Sleuth, Marie is most likely going to appear in some capacity connecting it with all the other games. Peter said the same thing, and I hope that's actually true because I like how mysterious she is. Because when she starts talking about like the multiple universes and how like fates always end up connecting and everything, I think she kind of is that mysterious embodiment of how the digital world can span across so many universes or so many different like just time and space in general. And I think like just having her in general just opens up so many story, so much story that Digimon can explore. So we seem to have really good writers. We have good developers. We have, at least in the game department. I'm not really feeling too strong about the anime department right now, but we shall see. So in April, when the new adventure reboot starts, I'm gonna be kind of seeing what it is. I like how postgame includes a past pro tag. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it was great seeing her like 3D rendered, just brought to life in this game. There's actually two of, no. Yeah, postgame has a past pro tag. Hey, is Rena is in the game, right? Or is she post game as well? Cause I know like we have Rena and then like the girl from the DS games. Veemontamer does explore the multiple universe concept. It does. She's been appearing so much, and Macemon is literally a plot hole that allows her. Rena's in story. Wait. Yeah, Rena was in Redigitize, correct? Okay, yeah, Rena was in Digimon World, Redigitize, and Redigitize Decode. And then what's the Nightcrow girl's name? Rena's important to the main plot. Okay, yeah, so she is in the story, and she's from Decode. I couldn't remember exactly which game she was from. Okay, she is in the story, because, like, I played this so long ago. Like, I played it when it first came out on the PS4. And, Sayo, that's her name. There it is. So, yeah, we have, like... Okay, so Sayo's the one that comes post-game. Because, like, I got it when it was on the PS4, but here's the thing. I hate that my memory, like, my attention span is, like, so short that I'll play stuff, and then, like, I'll completely, like, forget, small details and stuff like that. So I'm waiting. I kind of like that aspect because at first I'm just like, oh, I hate that I have such a short attention span. I can't remember anything. But the magic of that is I get to replay games and be surprised all over again. So that's great. Oh, Arita. Night Claw, there it is. I knew it was one of them. Wait, it's Light Fang and then Night Claw. Okay. Where did I get Crow from? There would be so many games I replay if I could wipe my memory of them. Nightcrow was a mistranslation. Okay, that's why I said Crow, because I remember reading it like that. So yeah, Nightclaw. Arita will remain on the wanted list, I bet. That's what I'm gonna go with. I guess I'll be doing whatever I can. Alright. Save? Yes. Oh yeah, this freaking angry woman. She always so angry.
なーに人おーい気長に待っにしてもしょうがねえいやねえあ
Oh,
僕ラップの
a cute bunny.
僕の相談
Did you know if you raised your Digimon long enough in Dawn Dusk, you could get each stat to max out at 999 for every Digimon? That's what I really liked about Dawn and Dusk. Like, I really liked the training system in there, to be completely honest. I also really like that even if you de-Digivolve your Digimon and you kept training them and raising them, like, I remember I was doing online plays and people were like, how's your rookie Digimon just taking out my ultimate and mega levels? But one of the biggest things... Am I on chapter 13 already? When did I play 12? Oh no, I just finished 12. Did I? No. Chapter 12 was literally nothing. I started on chapter 11 today. Oh yeah, no, Date is funny. Like, she's just forever angry about everything. And it's like, she's hilarious. Like, I love the characters in this game. Ah, yes. Tokomon's teeth. Goals.
思いついたのがお前んとこ今じゃ東京のあちこちにこんなんがあら
Look how noble Lopmon looks. Lopmon's too mature to smile.
悪かったな害がなまあ気にすんな
There are calm ones, there are normal ones, there are wild ones, there are all types of Digimons. Ideal waifu, I just want her to arrest me. Date's smile fills me with joy and fear. Yeah, I really like her as a character. She reminds me of myself in my older days back when I was a security officer. I was just so angry about everything, and I like anything anybody said. Like, if they even looked at me wrong or if they even sneezed in my direction, I'd be like, excuse you? Like, I like Date because she reminds me of my older self. Like, since I've gotten like older, I've definitely calmed down a bit and I'm not as angry about everything, but I definitely do not miss being a security officer. That was crazy. I remember like I had to be a security, like when I was a security officer, I had like a post in a really bad part of town. Like the crime rate was like super high on the side of town that I was on, and it was not great. And I remember walking into a McDonald's, and then I ordered I ordered a meal, and I was trying to pay for it, and like the lady at the counter was like, "Oh no, keep your money," and she kind of like pushed the bag near me. She's like, "Just please take the meal, just stay safe, just please stay safe." Like she's wishing me my meal like it was like my last dinner or something. And yeah, like I get it. That part of town was really bad, and I don't miss it at all. Like, I remember I had to do like my shifts around the building, and I had like the graveyard shift, so like I would get to my posts like at 9, but then I wouldn't be done until like 7 in the morning. And yeah, it was kind of, the building was really creaky, so if like the wind blew, that would have freaked me out so much. No, trust me, I was kind of happy that I got free food, but she was like acting like that was gonna be like my last meal or whatever. She's like, "No, don't worry about paying for it. Just take it." And she just like slid the bag across the counter to me, and I'm like, okay. So it was like, so yeah, like the post that I worked at, the building was like super old and creaky, so every time the wind blew, it sounded like a door came open. So for like every time the wind blew, I'm like, oh god, somebody's breaking in. And it like it wasn't an armed post or anything, so all I had was like a stun gun, and I only had like a stun gun and like a freaking a nightstick or whatever. And yeah, that was That was most certainly something. And I used to hate when I had to go outside and do my night checks or whatever. But like what made me really sad was like, cause at night people would come and draw graffiti on the trains and stuff like that were just kind of parked out there in the yard. And I used to come out and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, cause I was so into art. But then because they saw my uniform and it was tan and it looked like a state trooper uniform, like they would just split. And I'd be like, no, how am I supposed to watch how they do this? I wanted to ask questions. Because technically I only had to watch my building. I was not responsible for whatever happened on the other side of the street, so I'm just like, okay, they're drawing graffiti on the trains, this is kind of cool. I've always wanted to know how to do this. Alright, Red Joker, definitely. Good night. I hope you have a good night, and thank you so much for stopping by the stream. I'm going to be back on Friday, and we will be drawing more art. So, yep. Fridays is always an art stream. Oh, we're gonna go find friends. Oh, Pete! I love Pete so. Okay, Pete is one of my favorite characters in this game. He too cute. He's able to come to the real world too. I know it's because bad stuff is happening, but it's nice to be here with Kyoko and everyone again. Again was definitely not in that sentence, but for some reason I had the urge to just add it. All right. Oh yeah, no, Pete is the saddest story in the game. When I first encountered it and read it, I was just like, yo, my heartstrings, this is too much for me. Yeah, no, he's definitely a sad story. Oh no! Oh, Peter, have you played Digimon World 3? Cause like, when this happens, like when you're in the end game or whatever, and the map gets inverted and it's all dark and gloomy and stuff, it reminds me of Digimon World 3 when you go to like the corrupted world or whatever, and it's like all dark and the map just never goes back to being happy ever again. And then, oh yeah, and everybody is an Oinkmon. Like just chaos everywhere that never goes back to normal. So yeah, I hate this map, it's so dark. Alright, so where do I want to go? Let's check this out. I've only played the story games. Okay. Wow, this is really dark. Sega building! I love that the Digimon are in the real world now. Yep, the sky is dark, the apocalypse is happening, so we're gonna go ahead and save here, because it is 11 o'clock on the dot. I don't know why I went to player instead. I meant to go to save. Yes, we will save here. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the stream up here, and I want to thank everybody for, I definitely want to thank everybody for coming through, as always. Would you mind if I sent you the Digimon I've been painting? No, definitely, like, I would be thrilled if you're just sharing art and stuff with me. So for right now, I'm kind of unresponsive at the moment. There's still a lot of stuff I haven't even responded to on Twitter yet, and I feel terrible for not doing so. But I am in crunch mode right now because I still have family stuff to deal with, and so that's been taking a really big toll on me as well. So I've been pretty much keeping my spirits up with all of the work that I have been doing, because doing art and stuff just kind of keeps my mind off of most of that. Not that I don't want to think about it, it's just if I think about it too much, it just makes me really sad. So I'm definitely kind of balancing everything that I'm doing as well. But yeah, no, just definitely send art. I may not respond immediately, but I might just look at it and be like, oh, that's really cool, but just not have it in me to talk at the moment, but eventually I will. So I'm not purposely ignoring people. It's just sometimes I just don't have it in me. And honestly, streaming has been a really good outlet for me as well, because like with the situation, it's just super easy to get depressed and just get down. But I don't want to just be like not doing stuff all day or like wasting my time away when I could be getting stuff done. So it's a balancing act, and I'm having like lots of ups and downs because of it, but I know like in the end everything will be okay-ish. And so yeah, so I am prioritizing like my work right now, getting ready for CEO Dreamland, because like I know that's just, it's very therapeutic to me. So and it just kind of breaks me out of like a bad frame of mind when I do feel like I'm just kind of becoming secluded or whatever. But yeah, if anybody wants to send me anything, I will eventually get around to it, and it may not be immediately, or like if you tweet out to me or something, I may not get to it immediately. Yeah, and because yeah, I'm just slowly dealing with things and taking everything one step at a time. But the streams are always fun. It's like a breath of fresh air, and just really like lets me be a little bit more in tune with the community and not stuck inside my head, if that makes any sense. But we're gonna go ahead and cut this here. Friday we will be doing more art. We're gonna be painting Ganondorf this time. So I am, for those of you who are new here, I am doing the entire Super Smash Bros. Cast in Yoshi style, so that way I can have like keychains, buttons, and stuff like that. So we're gonna be doing more art because I want to have everything sent off by Friday. I guess technically it would be Saturday, because that's gonna be the last one I have to complete. So yeah, look forward to seeing everybody on Friday, and I hope everyone has a good